Autobots, transform! I have summoned you here for a purpose.
What is up, Transformers fan? Welcome to another episode of George Reviews. And I am the 80s Transformer fan, and today I will be taking a look at Transformers Earthrise Hoist. Hoist is a deluxe class figure. Here is in the standard packaging we've been familiar with since the Siege line. It just has a more green, earthy decoration to it. Here is Hoist on the side of the box. Looks like he's igniting a grenade or something, about to throw it. Just pretty sweet. Artwork looks pretty cool, by the way. In the back of the box is the shot of the product and the things that he can do. The little toe hinge. It looks a lot like Optimus Prime's trailer hinge that comes off and turns into a shield. Truck mode. Love this dang on truck mode. And side of the box and the front of the box. And I'm going to get Hoist open, and we are going to do this right now. Great looking figure from inside the packaging. Looks like a lot like the G1 toy and a lot like the cartoon at the same time, which is always good. There's Hoist out of the packaging, tied down. My grapple was not tied down, which is odd. And here's Hoist instruction booklet. We're not going to use that. We're going to do this caveman style. I'm going to accept the transformation challenge, and if I fail, then oh well. So anyway, going to get this guy out of his packaging. And Hoist's feet appear to be backwards, but they're not because the back is hollowed out. So anyway, he'll hoist down, and his only other accessory in this package is the cone or the laser blaster or whatever it is. And before I move on, we need to look at his packaging for a hitting message. The funny thing is, I know I just had a damn decoder. I just did Grapple's review, but alright, decoder out and find his hidden. I can actually see his. This one says Junkion right here, and I can clearly see it even without the decoder now that I know what to look for. But anyway, all this stuff to the side, and we're going to focus on Hoist, bring Hoist a little bit closer. And this guy, unlike Optimus Prime and a couple of other guys that I reviewed, he has some weathering on here, which I guess is just paint scraped off. But Optimus Prime, Wheeljack, Cliff Jumper, or recently reviewed Grapple did not have this effect on it, which is very interesting. So spin them around. Autobot logo right there, outlined in white, probably because they use white paint elsewhere. Autobot logo right here, trimmed in white. And taking a look at the little caution striping right here for the truck mode. Now paint looks pretty good. Spinning around, like the bottom of the legs are hollowed out, but there's not much more hollowing anywhere, I guess, under here. But you know, that's the hood of the car. But it looks pretty good. Looks pretty damn good. And anyway, let's take a look at his face, see how that looks. He has the blue eyes, the mouth shield right there. Excellent molded head, and his head with 360. Why 360? I want to take a look. It's not hollowed out. They didn't cheap out on that. It looks great from all angles. He has a couple of vents, slits in his mouth, which is very nice. That looks good. So let's roll into his articulation. At the shoulder, if that's a shoulder right here, the 360s right there. It's a hinge right here that goes up and down, so he can get a lot out of that. That is very nice right there. He has a bicep swivel, and you can swing it around because you can articulate it around here. It really doesn't hinge the articulation much, except for maybe going back, but you can swing the whole thing back. Elbow bend, it comes up this far, which is a lot. Coming to his hand, I'm expecting it to rotate. Yeah, it's stiff, but it rotates just fine. I like that. I like that it's a separate plastic piece and not painted over white, which is cool. You can see the molded in fingers and thumb, which is very nice. And the same thing carries over to the other side, coming to his waist. And these guys, none of these guys I know ever have an ab crunch. It'd be nice if they could start sticking that in there. But complete 360 at the waist. Then the legs, all they get on with the articulation in the legs. These guys are very well articulated. There's the knee bend. and a thigh rotation at the top. He is very stiff right there. And coming to his foot, I'm expecting a rocker. Yep, he has it, so you can get hoist in wide stance, positioning. Let's see if he can stand up on one leg, see if he has the balance and the tightness in the joints. And there he is, balance and tightness in the joints, which we all love on any figure, no matter what it is. So that is the articulation, and look at this guy. So we're gonna roll into, I guess, his accessory, which is like, I guess, his gun arm. And since it does not fold up, it slots over it. I can't remember in the cartoon which arm they had as the gun arm. And I tend to put it on the left because I'm right-handed. Figure he wants to move the, articulate the fingers on his right hand because maybe he's right-handed too. And there it is. And the extra port down here. Why? I do not know, but I guess so you could do other things with it, maybe. Let me see where else it can fit. And he has a port over here. I guess you could store it right here if you wanted to. But you can't swivel it around for an arm cannon, so that doesn't work. And you can store it on his back, and he can carry it around wherever he goes. He doesn't have a lot of ports, like most of the guys. And taking a look at, I guess it's not articulation, but it's like some of the stuff that come with him, like the radar. I don't know, Trailbreaker, this is the force field emitter. I don't know what it is on Hoist. I don't think they ever got into that. Maybe it's force field too, and he doesn't use it. He has these little things, whatever they are. I never figured that out. Somebody once said they were light bars, like emergency vehicle light flashing bars, but I don't know. They don't look like it to me. And this little stuff on the back, it just sits there. So that is Hoist. Oh, he has some weathering on his arms too, on his forearms too. There's a little bit of silver. It's not a whole lot, but it's just enough. So he's my first Earthrise guy where I've actually noticed or seen the weathering on him. So I guess we're going to try to get him transformed at this point. And if it's anything like Hoist, it's just like the G1. So if I can fold this stuff up. And this is clearly the front of the truck. Let me get this untapped. And this untapped. Double this thing over. Alright, we got some truck going on here. I don't know what this does. I think this is, oh yeah, that snaps in there at the waist, like right in there. You can see it, a little square piece right there, orange snaps in there. Arms come down just like the Generation 1 toy. This arm, get this arm down, wait, ooh, I done twisted the legs. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, look, it just popped out, so I'll pop that back in here. Pop that back in there. I'm gonna get the arms outside a little bit more. Alright, let's see if maybe they come up to the front of the car. Because there's a tab right there. Let's see if I can get this one up to the front of the car. Get this in here. Alright, I'm close to it, dang it. Maybe I gotta get, let me see. Get that out. Alright, let's try this again. Tab this in right here. Alright, that's in there. Legs come back here. Because that's clearly the back of the truck. And they don't lock together. And now, where do we hide the arms? Arms clearly tuck away. Maybe... be like this. And no, I'm not going to look at the instructions, and I'm not going to practice this transformation. I'll break it if I have to, damn it. Because I believe in puzzle play. Alright, I think I got some of it, a lot of it. Oh, I'm sure that's not it, but that's close to it. We'll keep going till I get a little bit better. That's the side of it. Wait. Alright, I got all of that. Just what to do with this mess. Okay, maybe it just tucks right here. I think it just sits in there like that. Wait, I totally forgot his head. Get out of town. Now let me back up a step or two. Alright, where does his head go? Doesn't come forward. Okay. Rotate his head down like this. I gotta get it square. And it just goes back. Alright. Got this thing now. Get in here, dang it. It's a little rough. There's a tab right here. I see it. Must be a tab underneath there. Yep, there it is. So other than tabbing, I got this thing. First try, first take. It was a little bit hilarious, but I got it, dang it. And I'm so proud of myself. Burning a lot of video trying to tab this damn thing. I might just cut just to tab it. Depending on how long it takes. Tab in there. And I promise you this is my first time straight out of the box doing it. Come on. Alright, that's pretty much it, dang it. And I don't know if the cone goes there right now. But here he is. Let's see if he rolls. Alright, he's not rolling too great. I got something messed up. Let's see what I got. Let's back it up. Hands go right here, right? I guess it's rolling right here, dragging, but I think it's this part dragging. Like right here. It could be the hands. I don't know. Let's rotate the hands. See if that helps. Damn, the hands are stiff. Yeah, that helps. It's rolling better now. But then, wait a minute. What about this damn thing right here? What does this go? I think I missed out on this too. Alright, I took a peek at the box and no, it does not stick out. So let's try this. Move these out of the way, and there is a gap for it. Bam. Bam, and looking at the box does not count as instructions because I looked at it earlier. I just didn't notice it, so I did not cheat. And here is Hoist in his truck mode, and he's awful beefy. Alright, let's see what Hoist has to offer in his truck mode. Bring him a little bit closer and look at the detailing, the like caution striping down here. Exact same as the G1, exact same as the Diaclone. Except some versions had Wrecker on it, but... And look at this. Look what they did with the tire. Again. You got one silver rim and then you got this one pegged on there. Why didn't they use the same design? I mean, that totally bugs the hell out of me. I would have loved to have seen a rim and not the peg right there. You see his hand just hanging out under there. It's just kind of unfortunate, but it doesn't affect him rolling. It has enough clearance to just keep on rolling. Between to the front of the truck, you can see like... it's not weathering, like paint chipping. Front of the grill, I love what they did making this translucent and not just painting the lights. I prefer the translucent a lot better, but clearly from here to here is painted and all this is translucent plastic. But nice Autobot logo right there. It's pretty awesome. Look, the detailing in the little vents by the windshield. He has everything but the wipers. He has a little hint of side view mirrors, which is pretty awesome. This thing looks really, really good. Detailing here, the little lights down there. Only thing is, when you turn it over, you can see it's real hollow right there. But the rest of this is filled in pretty good for the most part. Got between the legs. If it wasn't for the hands hanging out, it'd be hard to tell this is a robot under here. You know, I mean, we know because we know Transformers that, you know, this is a waist, but without the hands, it'd be hard to tell that this is a Transformer. So it's pretty good in that respect. Coming around the side. Here is the towing feature, I guess, and you can move these things and let this down so you can tow a vehicle. And here is a little wheel, and it's actually articulate. You see that? You can roll that wheel. So let's see if the tow truck can tow a car. Bring out the Titans Return Jazz. See if he can no. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can rig it. Alright, I'm gonna snap this down lower. See if I can get him to And that's a no. Hold on. I'm not done. I'm used to playing with janky toys. All right, we can get the support up higher, and we can actually tow a car for a little bit. But it's got to hang out up here. You can't let it down to actually use the wheel feature. But he can tow a car. He can tow Jazz. And let's see what his G1 incarnation can do. See if he can tow a car. See if he can tow Jazz. All right, we got Jazz on here, and look, oh wow, he can tow Jazz, sort of, kind of. He's hanging on by that one hook. And they both can tow Jazz. So in the G1, he was a Toyota Helix 4x4. And I guess he's still supposed to be that car. It just looks a lot different because I guess it's molded better or something. But you can clearly tell this is 80s, 70s design with this square corner on here, boy. Man, he looks great. Really does. Man, I'm loving these toys, but he is beefy. I don't know what this thing does. Like, why it's here? I had it plugged in there. Maybe you don't use it. And I think it doubles as a caution cone. But nice if you got two of them. And here is Hoist with Grapple, or Grapple with Hoist, depending on which toy review you're watching right now. And yeah, I used the same cutaway for both of them. Alright, here's Earthrise Hoist with his Generation 1 counterpart. And when I got this little turntable thing, I thought it would blend in a lot better with my background, but I guess not. Alright, here these guys go side by side off to the table, and you can see where he gets his Generation 1 inspiration. And he's almost a direct translation slash update to the original figure. Like almost the exact same things going on. They even painted the tail lights, unlike Grapple. He painted the tail lights, and over here is orange molded plastic. Paint over here, side of the vehicle. And again, we got another thing with the rims going on. Like, they gave us this one, and then it's like, what the hell is this one? Like, what is that? Nice little molded detail on the tires, by the way. I didn't think I got to that. Anyway. And other than that, it's just this little thing hanging out, and you can port it in here. And I'm happy that he doesn't have all the ports on the side like the Siege line. He's not totally ported out. I'm glad it's like somewhere like this. He has, what, 4 on this little thing, and you can get this wherever you want it, whatever this thing does in this mode, whatever you can imagine it to be. And it can go right there. Yeah, so I think that's all Hoist has to offer in this mode. I really like it. It's a really cool figure so far. Alright, let's run him down. Here he is next to Earthrise Optimus Prime. And here he is next to Earthrise Wheeljack. And here he is next to Earthrise Cliff Jumper. And here he is next to Grapple. And here he is next to Earth Hail Spawn. Wait, what? And here he is with Shattered Glass Soundwave. And here he is with Converters Omegatron, because sometimes you just got to do the unexpected. And here he is with Combiner Wars Devastator, because you knew at some point I was going to reference the one episode where they actually spotlighted Hoist and Grapple. I believe it was the episode where they tried to build a solar power tower. I can't think of the name. And they teamed up the Constructicons, and the Constructicons turned on them at the end. Alright, Transformers fan, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I really like this figure. If he has a flaw, if you can call it that, it's the hollowing in his parts. Like behind the legs and behind his chest, stomach, abdomen area. Behind the hood of the car, because it's hollowed out. And I know you can't see it, but I do want to mention it because when you pick it up, and you're like, man, it feels, I don't want to say cheap, but it, you know, well, I guess cheap. It feels like it's not solid. And then you're going to look for where is it not solid at, and that's where it's not solid at. Other than that, he looks amazing. Perfect G1 update. I waited for this toy line for a long time, like with the Generations and even the Combiner Wars and toy lines over the years that kind of harken back to the G1. I used to tell all my friends that collected with me, like, that's not it. The alternator line, I'm like, nah, that's not it. This is the line that truly harkens back to the G1, and I really, really like these figures a lot. I really recommend this figure, and without dragging it out, I want to thank everybody for joining me for another episode of George Reviews, the reviews where every toy has a story.
Autobots, transform!